Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
So he basically talks about, if you ever listen to any of his stuff, he's made £1 million mistakes.
100%.
But he's like, they allowed me to make billions.
Exactly.
And I'm like, yeah.
That's another quote that I like as well. It's like, to make millions, you got to lose hundreds of thousands. To make hundreds of thousands, you got to lose tens of thousands. That sort of thing. So
Yeah.
It's all that leveling up.
Welcome to the Prime Life Project podcast, a place to help you unlock your full potential, both mentally and physically, to become the best version of you. Welcome back to another episode of the Prime Life Project podcast, a place to help you both mentally and physically become the best version of yourself. Today, I have a returning guest. I think it's one of the few people I've actually been excited to have back. And for those long-term listeners to the podcast, you will recognize the guy's name straight away. I thought I'd done an amazing job of pronouncing it. Ever since I first spoke to this guy, I've got so much love for him and what he does. I've been championing, there we go. Champion his products and what he does. And it turns out I've been saying the name wrong the whole time. But it turns out that's also part of the marketing strategy. So today I've got Jordan from
Dodici Otto.
Dodici Otto. I thought it was Dodici Otto. And I thought I was doing such a good job pronouncing it. Turns out I'm wrong. Jordan, how have you been?
Yeah, I've been great, thanks. I've been great. The last year's been crazy, to say the least. But yeah.
It has been about a year, isn't it, since you last came on? Just over a year, I think.
I think it was
because Mikey,
March.
I've had Mikey for about a year.
Yeah.
He came in June last year. So I think you were just before then.
I think it was March, April time, I think, I'm sure.
And the bizarre thing about this is, you are such a different person.
Yeah.
Like when I first met you, you were quite shy.
Yeah.
Like you were quite introverted.
Yeah.
And we had a whole episode about basically how you were unsure on business. Basically how you wanted to do you want to be seen? Do you not want to be seen?
Yeah.
And now I see you now, and just been chatting to you for the last 35, 45 minutes, and you're like a different person.
Yeah.
So talk to me about what's been going on this last 12 months then.
So from it would have been April last year, I was just doing it was a custom stuff. So it was for your football teams, concept t-shirts, gym tops, that sort of thing. And then it was, I think it was May last year. Literally was like a light bulb moment. I was doing some work and I was like, why don't I implement all this sort of designing onto a football shirt? So that was around May last year. I remember, I think it was about a month before the Euros, and it was a week before Leicester played, was it Man City in the...
Was it the FA Cup?
Yeah, it was Chelsea actually. It was Chelsea in the FA Cup final. So I remember I was thinking, okay, cool. If Leicester win this final, I will try it out and see what people think. Leicester ended up winning 1-0, so I went straight down to Leicester, bought a top, literally got cracking straight away, made the design and got it out, and within, I think it was about 24 hours, and it literally blew up. Like, it was massive. People loved it. From there, okay, that worked quite well. Let me try England. Tried the England for the Euros. That went well, sold a load of them, and then... Was
it that concept what you're wearing now? I
know
this is the women's one, so this the whole It's Coming Home. Was that one
basically on the last season's one.
Yeah.
Done that one, and then this is the story about how the Chelsea thing all came about.
This is the thing for me. Like, I always keep an eye on what you're doing.
Yeah.
And again, this top that I've got on now, like I said, it's one of your original ones.
Yeah.
One of the original pieces.
Yeah.
The thing I like about it, again, it's one of the quotes that I like to say as well. The key to failure is success.
Yeah.
Like, so the key to success is failure.
Yeah.
I think it's a massive thing that people don't actually talk about a lot. And as soon as I've seen this, I absolutely love this.
Yeah.
And for anyone that's been to the Prime Life Project headquarters, either where we were, where we're at now, if you see on the wall the Prime Life Project t-shirt that's mounted, again, this is the guy that created it. And the story behind that is that I didn't want to wear this. Is only the second time I've ever worn this t-shirt, and he created me a custom-made Aston Villa one, and I did not want to wear it because I don't want to ruin it. So then he basically listen, wear it, I'll make you another one, and then he basically got it framed for me. So that's anyone sees that, this is the guy that created this. And honestly, for me, when I saw you in the Chelsea shop, I was just like, what? Oh, mate, honestly, I can't tell how buzzing. I'm even buzzing now for you. So talk to me about how that happened then. So obviously, you've done the Leicester thing.
Yeah.
You've then done the Euros.
Yeah.
Like, how did this Chelsea thing happen?
So I'll tell you right from the start, I was with my boy watching the Chelsea Man City Champions League final, and I remember Chelsea won 1-0. I'm driving home and I'm thinking, I'm an idiot, I should have bought a Chelsea top and a Man City top ready for whoever wins, and then whoever wins just do a design and get it out straight away. So next day I thought, you know what, let me get up early. Remember, it was a Sunday, get up early and go and buy a Chelsea top. I ended up going around to all the like sports stores, like your JD's, Sports Directs, in Leicester. So I went to Foss Park, I think it was Town, Loughborough, every single one you could think of, no Chelsea tops. So I thought, cool, I can't do that. So let me make the most of something this week. So, but prior to this week, Marvin Morgan from Fresh Ego Kid messaged me saying, when you're ready, come down to London and we'll have a chat. So I was like, cool, I've got some free time this week. Let me go down and have a chat with him. So I must have went down on maybe like Tuesday or something. Met him. I took him an England shirt for the Euros. He loved it. And his business partner came out and he was like, oh, this is sick. I know someone that would like this. He got on the phone straight away. I didn't know who he was talking to. And he was like, how do you want to do a little pop-up store at Nighttown in London? I was like, yeah, of course I'll do that. And then he was like, what about a Chelsea top? Do you want to do a Chelsea top for the Champions League? I was like, yeah, well, yeah, I was meant to do one anyway, but I couldn't get one. So he's like, cool, send me your address. I'll get the guy from Chelsea to send 2 out to you, just design it and get it back. If you like it, we'll do something. So I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever. Next week, he sent me 2 Chelsea tops, designed them, sent them back, loved them, said that, yeah, these are amazing. I'm having a meeting at Chelsea next week. I'll take them along with me and see what they say. So this was about June at this point. And he must have got in contact with me again. The guy from Chelsea was like, yeah, like, they love it. They want to do a collab and obviously film sort of the process. I'm thinking, yeah, cool, whatever. Like, yeah, didn't really get happy or whatever. Then they got back to me in August and had a meeting on my birthday about doing the collab with another guy from Chelsea as well. So 2 of them now on Zoom. And I'm thinking again, like, yeah, cool, Chelsea collab. What are the chances this ain't going to happen? Like, not really telling no one.
So you weren't getting excited at this point? You're kind of just thinking, like, it's not going to happen?
I was, but it's like, what's the chances of Chelsea asking me to do a collab? Like,
So where do you think that's come from, though? Because, like, the clearly, it's got to a certain stage now where, like, they've gone from, oh, we like this, and you're literally having these Zoom calls. Like, why? Where do you think that came from, where you didn't think that...
I don't know. I think from where we're from, we're kind of used to, not bad luck, but things not going to plan and things like that. So it's like, again, it's Chelsea. Chelsea, one of the biggest clubs in the world. What's the chances of Chelsea asking me from Leicester to do a collab with them on the football shirt? So I'm like, yeah, cool. When it's down in writing or whatever, that's when I'll start getting excited. So didn't hear nothing for about another month and a half. He messaged me randomly end of September, like, what's the chances of getting 2,000 tops done by 20th of October? I'm thinking, no, 2,000 tops. I'm not sure about that. Not 2,000 anyway. He said, what about 420? I was like, well, that sounds more realistic. I'd have to put everything on hold, but yeah,
it's Chelsea.
Cool, yeah. I can see what I can do. So I spoke to my guy who I now sort of work with, and he was like, yeah, cool, let's do it. But he admits to me now that at the time he didn't know how he'd do it. But he was like, I said, yeah, anyway, because it's like you can't turn that opportunity down. So I'm like, yeah, cool, let's go, let's do it. So I think the following week, I got 420 Chelsea tops delivered to my house. So they're sitting there in boxes. They're sending me out Chelsea tops, left, right, and centre. Like, design this, try this, move this slightly. Like, I had so many Chelsea tops just designed on. Like, it was mad.
Did you have a design at this point? Like, was it the same one that you originally done? Or were you having to manipulate it a bit, change it?
Yeah, so basically, because of the design and the timings, it wasn't possible. Like, it wouldn't be possible to do it how I did it, like, by hand. So basically, I had to get the middle bit of the top, so like from there, screen printed, which is, you know what screen printing is?
Yeah.
So it's a big machine that basically does it manually. And then all the other sort of bits I've done myself on a press. So yeah, I got that done. But going back and forth with them, with designs, change this slightly, change this colour, try that. Like, it was crazy. And then I was literally working up until, I think it released on October the 20th. I got the tops done on, I want to say, the 18th of October. Then I think I was working. I think I worked the final day, like 6 a.m. till 11:30 at night. Went home, had to be up at 5 a.m. to drop the tops to Chelsea's warehouse in Surrey. So I had to fly down there. Came back and then it was all done. And then it was the release. But even at this time, I'm still thinking up until the day, like, sure, like something's gonna go wrong. It's not gonna happen. Like as well, they got Havertz, obviously the guy that scored the winner. They got him to wear it. I'm thinking, no, they told me he's gonna wear it. I'm like, yeah, of course, knowing my luck, he's not gonna be in or whatever.
Yeah,
like
the wrong side. Something going on.
But everything went to plan. Like I can't fault anything. They took me down there. I've done a shoot at Stamford Bridge on the pitch and whatever. Had an interview on the pitch. It was. Yeah, crazy.
And you got that little trailer thing, haven't you? On
Instagram the trailer.
Some of those, I'm going to get Mikey to ping that up on the episodes so you can actually see all this sort of stuff. I know at the start of the episode as well, I'll get people to actually, I guess some of your tops. So you can actually see, because obviously like, I'm wearing one now and you're wearing one. Like, but the design is so unique. Yeah, it's absolutely awesome.
It's mad.
And this is the thing, I don't think you understand how smart you are as a business person, because you've said something, like Mikey said off air, like, do you want to start writing things down?
Yeah.
It's because there's little nuggets.
Yeah.
And this is why when I first spoke to you, because again, for those who don't know, like, when me and Jordan first spoke, I never spoke to you before.
Yeah.
Like, literally never met. Like, a friend was like, this guy's amazing. You kind of want to hook up with him. I was like, okay, cool. And then straight away I was like, this guy's awesome. I need to help him in any way. So I said, I'll send you a book. And I'm sending like four books over. But right now, I'm listening to some things I've jotted down here. Like, and this just goes to people listening to this, to what you're saying here. Like, twice. You've had an idea, and you've actioned it straight away. So the Leicester then win this thing, and most people, but okay, so I've got this idea. You literally the next day,
have to.
Literally straight away.
Have to.
How many times do people in life like have this idea, they want to do something, and then they wait, and then what happens is then doubt starts to creep in. As soon as doubt starts to creep in, doubt goes down this little loophole, and then fear kicks it, and then you end up doing absolutely nothing. And then the same thing, Chelsea. You literally then said Chelsea won. The next day, again, you admitted to yourself, like I said here, the success, failure. You made a failure. I should have got a Chelsea top and a Man City top. Cool, you learnt from that, but like, right, I need to go and go. But then you didn't go to the first shop. You then went to multiple shops.
I remember it was my sister's birthday. And I think, no. Driving around, my mum was like, where are you? You need to be here. And all this. I need this top. And it's mad. But you know what you just said there? I remember I read a quote and it said, there's no such thing as £1 million idea. It's £1 million action. Because everyone's got £1 million idea. But there's no point if you ain't got the action. Like,
it comes to anything. Anything. People want to do something, but then the problem is it's the indecision. And that's because they don't take the action.
I mean, you're scared of failure as well. Like, a lot of people are scared of failing, but like it says, this key to success is failure. The amount of times I failed, but people won't even notice, or you just change things slightly, or you work around it, and people won't even notice.
But as I say, it's impossible to fail if you learn from it. Because then by definition, the failure becomes a lesson.
Exactly,
It literally is impossible to fail. And as you said, like, one of my favourite things I go into schools and when I talk to them there is about Jeff Bezos. So he basically talks about, if you ever listen to any of his stuff, he's made £1 million mistakes.
100%.
But he's like, they allowed me to make billions.
Exactly,
and I'm like,
That's another quote that I like as well. It's like, to make millions, you got to lose hundreds of thousands. To make hundreds of thousands, you got to lose tens of thousands. That sort of thing. So it's all that leveling up.
And then something else here that I also like. You didn't know how you were going to do it. So when the Chelsea thing came in, again, people. So I'm doing something right now. So I've just got myself a mentor myself. And one of the first lessons I'm sort of working through with her is basically about your goals. And there's A-type goals, B-type goals, and C-type goals. A-type goals are the ones you kind of know how to do it. So just like go to buy a t-shirt. That's nothing. You go, cool. You got B-type goals where it's like if you kind of put your mind to it, you can kind of cool. So I can print these t-shirts. I know how to do it. Then C-type goals are goals you've got no idea. It's like fantasy. So this whole Chelsea thing, it's complete fantasy. Like you're living in a daydream. But it's like actually, like once you commit to doing something, like the path opens up for you. Like you don't know how you're going to do it, but you just know, right, I back myself. I've got this amazing idea. I've got a good support network around you. And then you make up and you do it. And I imagine it was stressful, but it probably wasn't as stressful as you imagine it was at probably the start.
Do you know what? It was... The process seemed stressful at the time, being in it, but looking back, you picked up all these little things. Like, if I was to do it again, I know how to do it. I know how simple it is. It's easy now. Like,
just the pressure the first time you do it.
Pressure. Even things like, so the screen printer, he's saying, look, I screen print £3 t-shirts. If I mess up a £3 t-shirt, it's fine. I can replace it. It's £3. You give me £70 t-shirts. If I mess these up, that's on me now.
Was it the actual...
Chelsea top,
Because I didn't realise this, because obviously I'm a Villa fan. So at the end of the last season, I went into the store. So you've got the T-shirts that most people wear.
The replicas.
Then you've got the actual ones. Proper replica ones.
So this was another thing. So when it first started, it was meant to be the player T-shirts, so the £100 T-shirts they actually wear, because they're having stock issues. But they have like little holes in them, it's like breathable. I wasn't really sure about it, but then it worked out that they got delivery in time and they were able to do the stadium ones, and obviously they're more affordable as well. So
Yes.
that worked out better. Even down to little things like with screen printing, it goes through a heater afterwards to cure the basically the paint. But the Chelsea emblem on the stadium ones, the player ones were metal. So we're thinking, oh, it's gonna melt under there. Like all these little small details, you're thinking, oh, like it's long. And then we've got the 420 t-shirts, and the screen printer was like, look, I can do it, but I'm not doing it until you get a letter from Chelsea saying that, look, if anything goes wrong, we're liable. Like, sorry, you're liable. Like, we're just doing what you say.
Yeah.
So I have to go back and forth and get that. Got it. He's like, no, this is not right. He needs to put this in it. Go back again, get another letter written. Like, it was all long. But next time I know I need this before I start, and bang, it's fine.
But isn't that cool? Like you spoke about this before about having a mentor.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like the guy that you're now working with. Because before, this thing about you, if anyone hasn't listened to the original podcast with Jordan, I'm going to get Mikey to ping up again on screen, so go back and check it out. But you were literally doing these on your landing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, mate.
My sister would say, like, I'll get up before I've eaten it at breakfast sometimes. I'm just making t-shirts up until stupid times sometimes, like, what, the next morning.
Mate, it baffles me to see, like, honestly, I can't articulate how much I love your story. It's unreal. So how have you then ended up getting this sort of mentor and this shop space? Because I think that's a massive thing here, like this whole thing about having someone guide you through the process. Because I was talking to literally a client about this yesterday. Because she basically said something, what she said, something along the lines of, I just don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but no one does.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, it's like, what you've got is the people. It's like climbing a mountain.
Yeah.
So for me right now, like, I'm helping my clients because I've gone that path. I'm looking down. I'm like, here's where the rocks are. Move this way. But then I'm like, well, I don't know where to go up now.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for people that's done that and going up. And that's how it works.
Yeah.
No one knows what they're doing. Like, Jeff Bezos has got no one that's doing what he's doing. So he's probably the only person that's really like, well, I'm kind of winging this in.
Yeah.
Like, Elon Musk, I mean, they're like the people that are trailblazing and setting these things, like the first person that run the 100 meters in whatever time, or first person to climb Mount Everest. They're the people like trailblazers.
Yeah.
But for the rest of us, we're just kind of winging it and looking for people to guide us. So how did this all happen?
To be fair, that's how I kind of feel in a way, because what I do is quite niche. No one's really done it before. So, but the guy that I work with, FaZe, he says that I remind him of a younger him. So he made his shop 10 years ago when he was about, I think, same age as me, probably like 23 or 4 at the time. And he said at the time he was just winging it. He didn't know what he was doing. But 10 years later, he's running like this big business that is massive.
Is this the same guy that you was with last time, or was that a different guy? The guy that originally helped you out with stuff?
Yeah, so he's the first guy that I went to get my t-shirts printed. I then went and let myself, and then I went back to him. So we always kept in contact. Whenever I needed help, I'd go and speak to him or whatever. I went back to him, and he had a spare room in the back and said, look, you might as well stay here for the Chelsea thing, because obviously I got better equipment. You come here and work actual hours, and I can help you out. So I was like, yeah, cool, definitely, like we'll do that. So for me, he's like my mentor, really, because like he says to me all the time, you can come in and take in my 10 years of knowledge and learn it straight away, rather than make the mistakes I had to make. So yeah, he's a proper sick guy.
Stuff like that though, like I call them people like lighthouses. Like there is people. This one of the most bizarre lies that we're told is that people are selfish. People that are actually doing some stuff genuinely want to help other people. Yeah. And he probably doesn't want anything in return.
Nothing
like, all he wants is to know the fact of actually you're going to be absolutely sick.
Yeah.
And he knows and you know that he's helped you go it. He's like, take all this, but make it better.
He tells me all the time, like, yo, what you've got is sick. Like, you just need to keep doing this or keep doing that. Like randomly, like the other day, he must have been like, you thought about buying a house, getting the property market, because I think there's gonna be a dip in the market, so you need to start doing these things. Because I did it, and like, he's giving me like advice. I'm thinking, this is random, like, not. Obviously, I'm grateful for it, but he doesn't need to give me that advice. And the fact that he's giving me off his own back, he's not trying to whatever. It's just like, I want this guy to do well.
And how old are you?
I turned 25 the other day, so yeah.
And how old's this guy?
He's 36, I think.
Do you mean, like, honestly, mate? Yeah. And this is the thing, I don't think you realise, yourself again. There's a lot of things I love about you. Like, you're so humble because you don't realise like what you've got as a person, as well as like your brand and stuff, which is why people want to help you.
Yeah.
Literally, like people, like I genuinely, when I first met, like I will do anything to help this guy in any way because like you've got something about you, and it's not just the clothes. Like you as a person, and this thing as well where we mentioned it on the original podcast about the whole thing about you didn't want to let people know that you're a black male doing this stuff. But I'm like, no, you are it. Like people need to see you to buy into you because you're such a nice person. It then adds onto the brand as well.
And that's what I've learned as well. Is telling your story. Like I don't know if I said it in the last podcast, I was making T-shirts from my landing. I was embarrassed. Like no one's gonna take me seriously. But then I thought, who else has done that? Like, and that inspired other people to do that. Like you can do it anywhere. You ain't gotta have a massive setup to start a business. You can start like I did. That sort of thing. And even the progression, like people be like, oh, it's mad you've got your own little like space. And like, yeah, but you can have that.
Yeah.
I get a lot of people as well, like a lot of people from different industries, like, you know, your grafters, electricians, be like, oh, you're doing sick. But I'm like, so is what you're doing. It's just two different things. With what I do, it has to be out there. People have got to see it. I've kind of got to be in the limelight to sell it, whereas you don't. But what you're doing is sick. It's just that you do it behind closed doors, that sort of thing.
And no, people don't realise what they're doing, how good it is.
Yeah.
Everyone, what's the word? Everyone likes to play their stuff down, but what you do, it's because it's so cool and unique. Yeah. And this is the funny thing. We're going to go down this route as well. So I was at Villa Park at the weekend. So again, sell out 40,000, whatever it is, stadium. And I happened to notice a few weeks ago, Jordan posted a reel on his Instagram about fakes. Yeah. So I see this guy in the outside fan zone, so it's like 35-degree heat, and I see this Ajax top. We're going to get Mikey to ping up this Ajax top. I see this guy in this Ajax top, and I thought, oh wow, it's one of Jordan's tops. And I thought, I wonder if it's a real one or if it's a fake one. So I thought, right, well, it's going to be one, two ways. He's either going to know Jordan, and it's real, or he doesn't know Jordan. So anyway, I didn't have the bottle to go and talk to him outside the ground, but as the universe has it, I was then waiting to get a drink, and the guy was behind me. So I turned around and said, oh, mate, like, where'd you get this Ajax top from? He went, oh, my mate bought it from back from Amsterdam. So I've literally said to Jordan before, I said, Jordan, you in Amsterdam? He went, no. And I said, can you spot a fake top? So I basically showed him this top that this guy had on because I got a photo of the guy. And Jordan went, no, it's a fake. So how does that feel? Because I imagine it's a double-edged sword, because it's a massive compliment that people want to copy your stuff. However, like, you are a young lad that has built this business up. It's your baby. Like, I know that I would be absolutely pissed. And people can say to you, yeah, it's a compliment, yeah, it's all this. But fundamentally, how are you dealing with this?
Do you know what? I'm not really... It don't really annoy me, you know. I can't even lie. It's with these things, if something's good enough and people like it enough, they're going to copy it regardless. Like, there's no way of actually stopping it. Like, there's literally no way. Like, it's 2022. People can copy things even down to the tags and T-shirts. So I see it as it's free promotion, and again, like some people can't afford the real one. So who am I to say, like, you know, like, don't buy the fake? If you love the design enough and that's only what you can afford, then fair enough. Like, obviously you like the design enough, just give me the credit.
But the thing's, a lot of stuff though. There's this thing. A lot of these fakes are actually really good. So this one Sky had on it. I think it was a proper Adidas top. Yeah. And the logo like proper picked out. So at least it's not a poor copy. So people will look at it, they'll see your logo on the side, and be like, it kind of potentially could bring people business back to you.
See, that's what it is as well. There's loads of different types of fakes that I've clocked. The one you might have seen was good, but the one I've got at home, it's a bad one. It's a bad fake. But I knew it was going to happen. I knew after the Chelsea thing, it would happen. Because like when you go to your places like your Spains, your Turkey, you see the fake tops anyway. So all they've got to do is add the prints to it.
Do you know the funny thing is, I'm going to be going to Spain. I'm going to see these fake Balenciagas, and then your top next to the... that's the level you're at now, mate. You're next to Balenciagas.
Honestly, over these past couple of months, I've had messages like every couple of days saying, "Have you seen this? Well, I've seen this in Turkey. I've seen this in Spain. I've seen this in Napa. Like everywhere. It's crazy." I went to this festival. To be fair, I went to a festival not long ago, and I seen the guy wearing the fake there.
Did you go say anything?
So my mate clocked it, and he was like, "She's like, go and grab it off him." I was like, nah, don't.
Literally take the shirt off his back.
Just to fake head it off, and I was like, "Oh, nah, it's all right, it's cool." He's like, "Nah, let me have a look." So he got it, he brought it over to me. He's like, "Is this real?" In front of him. And I'm like, "Yeah, it's real. Like, leave him alone, innit? Don't embarrass him." But yeah, like little things like that. It's what it is. Like, I don't know. Like me personally, I wouldn't wear fake, but there's people that would.
But like you said, this is what I like about you as well. So understand that some people, because again, your tops aren't cheap.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's like it's the real deal now. Like 180 quid.
Yeah.
Like,
so
mate, honestly, that makes me so happy.
Yeah,
like, it's because they're that good.
And they like to a little kid that's what I don't know, 10, whatever. They don't care if it's real or not. It's all about the cool top in it.
So why do you think your tops are so popular? What do you think it is about them? Because this is kind of linking back to what we said before. Like, you are like a trailblazer, and you are literally pioneering this. Because there's nothing like what you do out there. So why do you think it's so popular?
I think literally that. I think everyone wants something that is the same but different, if that makes sense. So I want a Arsenal top, but I want the best Arsenal top. So I want that one. So it's again like trainers. It's like you could have like you playing white Air Forces, but then Supreme add the Supreme tag to it. But I want them ones because the Supreme, and I'm the only one that's got them. That sort of thing. And it makes people feel important. But to be fair, people that have got the top and wear it, they're always messaging me saying, I went here and I had like 10 people stop me, or this person said he wanted to buy one, or it's like the response is crazy. So they feel like the guy or whatever. So yeah, it's good.
So let's talk about this then with branding, because you mentioned about this and you're doing a lot of branding. And I think, because I basically said to you, what advertising are you doing? And you turned around to me and said, like, you're not doing any, you're doing word of mouth. And then you mentioned, so I brought it down here about branding because you wanted to talk about this.
Yeah.
So talk to me about what you're doing with this then.
So with the branding, I'm kind of trying to, well, in the past sort of months, I've been trying to work out what's sort of the best way for me to sell the tops, because you kind of want to, obviously you want to sell a lot, but you want to keep it limited so you don't lose that value. So sort of the past sort of month been like trying out 1 of 1s and 1 of 20s, 7-day periods where you can buy it. And I think that's probably the best one that works for me at the moment, because it's still limited, but you can sort of maximize how many sales you get in that sort of space of time. And you can reach new customers as well, because you find with a lot of people, they'll find it late. They'll be like, oh, well, I would have bought that if I knew about it. So it's like, you feel kind of bad. But yeah, I think that's working for me the best at the moment, I'd say.
And then also with the name as well. Like, I know we've mentioned at the start how to pronounce it properly. Can you just remind my audience that didn't listen to the first episode? What does the name actually mean?
So
like, what is it?
I got corrected by, I believe, an Italian guy, but after the Chelsea thing. So I say Dodici Otto, but it's Dodici Otto, and it means 12/8 in Italian, which is my birthday, 12th of August. I do say sometimes that if I could go back, I probably would have changed the name to make it something more easier and easy to remember, but it works. So, and everyone says it's a good name, and so
it sounds like loads of Balenciaga, that level, like it sounds class.
Yeah,
like, and it's almost like you've unintentionally gone into the future and been like, what's a really like high brand lavish name, because it is like it's like your Ferrari, Lamborghinis, because it's Italian. It's like you're like, oh yeah, I'll go for this.
That's where it was. When I was making the name, I was like, you know what, 12/8. I was like, nah, 12/8 could be anything. And I thought, let me just translate it. So I tried like French. I was like, nah, it ain't really got the same ring to it. Tried Dodici Otto. I was like, that sounds all right. Literally, I drew the logo up first time. I was like, that looks sick. I'm going with that. But I had no idea it would be what it is. Like, it's just literally a name. Like, it weren't meant to be like this. Honestly, with the mindset I've got now, going back, I probably would have picked just a simple name, probably. Like, I don't know.
I don't think it'd been the same.
Yeah, it wouldn't have.
Like you said, I think the whole point is that people don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
It's like a conversation starter as well.
Honestly, the first thing people say to me when they meet me is, how do you pronounce it? They get me say it over and over again.
And that's what I'm saying. I can't believe Dodici Otto. I've said it multiple times. I thought, I've nailed it. Jordan's going to be well impressed. Got it wrong. I should have gone back and listened to the episode, actually, if I was smart and thought about it. But I think the one of the biggest things with this as well, and you mentioned this again, this is off air. So this is when Mikey originally said, went down to write things down, it's good. Something that you said off air is what you like to do, and then you put it together from there. So what you've basically done is, looking back, like, people always say to me a lot, and again, people probably say to their friends, like, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what to do. Like, I want a new job. I don't know what to do. Yeah. You're literally like, well, I like designing things and I like football, so I'm going to put them together. I think that's also part of like what makes you so great at this is that you genuinely love the design part. Yeah. You love football stuff, and you're making it from a football fan's point of view. Yeah. Like, if I were an Arsenal fan, what would an Arsenal fan like me want to buy?
Basically, yeah.
And I think that's such a unique thing that people don't realise.
It's a lot of people say to me as well, how do you come up with design? I'm like, know, it's kind of easy now at this point because you've done it so many times, and it's just what I think in my head. So it's like Villa, for example. I just think of what reminds me of Villa. So it's like the colours, it's like the maroon, the light sort of blue, the villains, like that sort of thing, and then compile it into designs, and then on this t-shirt, then that's it.
Because that's with this Jordan one, like what made you think about doing this one as well? Like, because I wanted to ask you about this, about how you come up with the designs. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I'd have been annoyed if I hadn't asked you this, because the designs are so like just out there.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I'm trying to. I've been reading some books on this, like the visualization side of stuff. Do you see the design before you've done it? Do you just get something that pops there and it's in your head and you've got to get it down, or do you just sort of scribble and it comes to you?
So before, it's literally like I can see it before it's done. But now, I've sort of learned how to use Illustrator. I can make it before it's done, which is better for me because I'm not wasting time. So I can literally see it how it is before it's done and be like, yeah, that's the final thing. I'm going to go with it. Whereas before, it's like, okay, I can see it in my head, but I need to make sure I can translate this onto the finished article. But I can see it in my head. Honestly, like, it's mad.
Because again, that's a special gift that people don't know about. Like, do you mean, so I was, again, that old ass book that I showed you beforehand. So I mentioned there about Nikola Tesla, the original Tesla, not Elon Musk. And basically, there's a direct quote from him in that book. And it basically says that in his head, he designs things and he runs it through his head. And any fault, he corrects it in his head. And then every single time in his 20-year career, when he'd done this at this time, there's never been a machine he made that was faulty because he'd already corrected it in his head first. So as you got to that sort of stage where you can sort of...
I'd probably say, obviously, on a less complex level, but I'd probably say the same. I can literally see it in my head. So it's like if you said to me, I need a Villa top, on my way home, I'll probably be driving thinking about design. And then by the time I got home, I'll be like, I can put it together.
Done.
Yeah.
Because that's what, with the Chelsea one... What was going through your mind at that time? Because again, that's the biggest thing you've done in the minute, that Chelsea one. Because with it, you've not just now got to make it something that you like. It's got to go through. It's almost got to be accepted. If that makes sense. That's a big thing, like to put your work out there like that. So, did you feel more pressure doing that, or was it literally the same?
Not same.
Mate, I need whatever. Raven, can you tell me what Jordan's like on, please? Because like he's like his level of chill and just like it's unreal. Like you're so like, mate, it's. And that's another unique thing that you've got that most people don't have. Like your ability to just be so calm.
Yeah.
So talk about that. You're blowing me away the more I talk to you.
It's pretty simple. But what I've got to remember as well, I must be really creative, but not everyone's really creative, so they can't understand. So I can almost dumb it down, and it's still good because they understand it. If I started putting on crazy stuff that I can understand, only I can understand, people wouldn't get it. So I've kind of got to not dumb it down, but make it kind of simple so everyone sort of understand it. Like the Bob Marley top, the little kid could probably explain to you what that means. It's the red, golden, green. That's like the reggae colours, the Caribbean colours. Like what else is on there? The quotes. Money can't buy life. It's simple stuff. Every little thing is gonna be all right. The 3 birds. His like date of birth. It's simple. It's simple things.
So where did that come from? Because that's a cool top. That's one I saw. That's the one I saw in the park actually. So why an Ajax top for a start?
Obviously that's the Bob Marley collaboration. I'd say I'm a Bob Marley fan. Obviously Jamaican thing. I'm Jamaican, and I knew it'd be a rare top to get. So I knew whether I designed it or not, I'm gonna get it anyway. But I thought, you know what? This is actually quite a sick top that I could probably do something with. Let me just have a go at it. Literally again, sat there. I can remember. It's weird because I remember the day just being sat there designing it. I probably still got the designs on paper somewhere, and that was it. Put it out there, and it literally went mad. I remember straight away. I must have bought a medium at the time. It was a bit tight, and I remember. I was working. This is late again, like 11 o'clock at night. Go to my phone. It's on charge. It's like you got a message from Andre Gray, the footballer. I'm thinking, no, it's got to be a fake account. So I've gone on there. He's like, oh. Something like, yes, mate, I've seen your top, the Ajax top. Let me know when it's back in stock. But at this point, it's sold out everywhere. Like, it's sold out. Like, it was mad. I thought, you know what? I don't really give my note. It's like, oh, it don't really fit me anyway. So I was like, it's like, what size is it? He's like, oh, I'm probably a medium. I was like, yeah, you can have mine. It's like, I can come and meet you, whatever, come and drop it to you whenever. He's like, yeah, I'm in, I think, Wolves at the time. This weekend, come and drop it. And then, yeah, dropped it to him. Then I had a few other people buy it. But the thing with this, the fakes, why a lot of people say, how do you know it's fake? With that top, I only made about 10.
Really?
And then, yeah, because I couldn't get the top. Literally, I used to be on Google every day searching the IS top, trying to find it, see if there's anywhere that's selling like a few, just so I could buy it, sell a few. So I probably only sold about 10, and I know the exact 10 people I sold it to. So,
mate, that's what I genuinely thought when I saw this guy at Villa. I was like, he must know Jordan.
Yeah, nice.
I just assumed because, like I said, for it to be that top as well, I thought because normally, like you said, like the Chelsea fans buy the Chelsea one. Yeah. I thought someone just buy this Ajax one. I thought he's got no Jordan, and then when he didn't, I was just like, oh mate, my heart was like, I was gutted. I was like,
nah, it's honestly, everyone always says like, how do you know? Like, I've only sold 10, and the 10 people I can probably count on my hand. I know who the 10 people are, so it has to be fake. And people see like kids ones. They're like, how do you know it's not fake though? I mean, so I know it's not real because like, I ain't done no kids ones.
Yeah,
I ain't done no kids ones. So it has to be fake.
So is that a new market you look potentially getting into, the kids ones?
Do you know what? What I found with kids ones, they don't sell as much because obviously kids grow fast.
Yes, yeah.
And the tops are still expensive, so it's like, why am I going to spend £100 on a kid's top that they're going to be growing out of in a couple of months?
Yeah,
doesn't really make no sense. So I kind of stick to the men's for now. But if people do want to request kids, I'll always do it. So
what's next for you then? Like, because obviously, from when we last spoke to where you are now, is blowing my mind a bit. Like I said, because genuinely, just you as a person, forget like the clothing and stuff and the Chelsea. You as a person, like you've really like grown up. Really patronising thing to say, but you've really matured. Like within yourself, you come into your own. I think you kind of know who you are a lot more now. And it's you're just so much more confident in yourself.
Yeah, 100%. I think obviously doing the Chelsea thing is a massive achievement. It's like, especially like you got to remember it's special. Like sometimes I tell myself it is special. Like no one else I don't think in the world has done something like that. So you've got to kind of, I'm more laid back. I don't really, if I need to speak, I'll speak, whatever. But you've kind of got to do that now because people be looking at you as a role model in a way. So you've got to kind of grow as a person, I guess.
So what's next for you then when it comes to clothing? What's your future plans?
It's basically more collabs, really. More collabs, branching out into other sports like the basketballs, doing more like one-of-one stuff, getting out to more, say famous people, more recognition, really. That's
do you get a lot of like celebrities? Like obviously, you know that one guy mentioned there, the Alex one, but do you get other people coming in and asking for like custom stuff?
Yeah, quite a few. So a funny story, what we were talking about when I told you before was, so I've got a football agent that follows me. His name is Michael. He runs Panthera. So I think he got quite a few big people on his list. They're based in London. About 2 weeks into the women's tournament, he messaged me like, obviously the England top's sick. I want to get one for my client and myself to wear. His client ended up being Chloe Kelly, who scored the winner in the final. So I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever. And I was like, yeah, cool. I sort it all out. I'll do one for her for free, just to get a signed top in return. That's it. He's like, yeah, cool. At this point, she's just on the bench, just making a few appearances, and near the end, and then done that, whatever. Final comes, watching it. She ends up coming on and scores a winner. But on her shirt, what I'd wrote is "Be like Chloe," and "What dreams are made of," and she ends up scoring the winner. So it's like, flipping out. That's nuts.
Mate, goosebumps.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Mate,
it's
that
nuts.
is mad.
I couldn't believe it when she scored the winner, and I've made that top for her, saying "What dreams are made of, be like Chloe." That is, it's crazy.
Have you heard from her? Like, did she message you or anything?
Nah, because obviously she would have been proper busy throughout the tournament, and obviously because she scored the winner, she's the icon now. Yeah, she's the icon now. So yeah, I'll try and follow up on it probably a few months down the line or whatever.
Mate, that's unreal.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like that was meant to happen.
Oh, mate. You can't write that kind of stuff.
Exactly that. You'd think I was lying if I told you that story.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, you said a few things where like, "Oh, I'll tell you when we start the podcast." And I was like, "Oh, cool." You say it always how it's all happened.
Yeah,
and that's it. I think when you've got such pure intentions like you do, like you genuinely love what you do.
Yeah.
And all you want to do is create amazing things for other people to wear.
Yeah.
Just like what you would want to wear.
Yeah.
The universe has to like reply, and that's why all these amazing things are happening.
That's I think a good person. I give quite a lot as well, anywhere I can. I just think little things like that. It's just good things have got to happen.
Have you had a lot of people from your neighbourhood, by the way, saying like stuff Like now you're starting to get a bit more famous. You're getting people coming out of the woodwork and.
Yeah. That's what's gonna happen though. That's what's gonna happen.
Because I know you said like giving back. And did you go back to your old school as well to a talk?
Yes, I went to a talk. I think in February this year. To be fair, that was for So they've got a new program. I forgot what it's called, but it's for like elite students. So students that are in, like football academies. I think one girl was on X Factor or something. One guy dances on cruise ships or something. So it's all about this sort of thing. To be fair, like mentality, the commitment, failure, them sort of things. But yeah, that was good. To be fair, I meant to be doing a few other schools as well. But yeah, that sort of thing as well. Like I think to myself, I wish I had someone like that back then to tell you these sort of things. Well, I do now, to be fair, with FaZe, obviously the printer guy, he's that guy for me now. So yeah, it's good, and I know how much it matters and how much it can make a difference. So if I can do that, to be fair with anyone, I'll sit and have a chat with them and whatever.
But that's the thing. I was literally having a conversation again yesterday with a client. I was like walking. So it wasn't a client. It's someone that was struggling.
Yeah.
And it's one of my coach's clients.
Yeah.
So she'd never met me in person before. So right, let's go for a walk.
Yeah.
When we were out walking, she's like, I don't understand why you're trying to help me.
Yeah.
I was like, because my whole mission is to try and be that person
that
I wish I had when I was struggling.
Yeah.
So same with you now. Like you've got FaZe that's like helping you.
Yeah.
And again, because he's probably doing the same thing. Like I wish I had someone like him helping. So now he's paying it forward. And then what you're doing is I think it's a special kind of person. I'm not saying this to blow my own trumpet. It's you as well. I don't think many people feel obliged to pay it forward, but that's how the universe has to work. Like I felt compelled to do this podcast to help other people share this knowledge. You feel compelled, like I owe it to these people to be that role model for them. Whereas not many people think like that.
I just think, why wouldn't you?
That's my answer. Why, you got some information. Why wouldn't you?
If I've got the time or whatever to help someone, I'll do it. Why wouldn't I do that? Like simple, I think.
Yeah, honestly, what's that golden rule of all the religions? Like Mikey's got more tattoos. He spoke about on the radio the other day. It's like, do you mean like just treat other people how you want to be treated?
That's it. That's like simple. It's simple, like morals, I guess. Yeah.
So to wrap this up, I think you've said this before. I asked you this before, but I want to see what your answer is now. What's one bit of advice you'd give someone right now that's thinking of this idea? Like take yourself back to when you first started out doing this to where you are now.
Yeah.
What bit of advice would you give to someone that's thinking of doing this thing, they've got this idea, and maybe don't have people that believe in them, or maybe they don't even believe in themselves?
Just go for it and just believe in it. That's what it is, really. A lot of people ain't going to understand it at the start, or even try and put it down and tell you why not to, but just do it. As long as you've got the vision, just go and do it. Like I say all the time, no one would have thought I'd do a collab with Chelsea. Like I didn't think it, so no one else could have thought it, especially this quick as well. So Just keep at it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Stay focused. Believe in what you're doing, and it'll work, I guess.
Do you have bad days?
All the time.
With this, because you have. So, what do you do to get yourself out of that? Like when you think, like, why am I doing this? Is anyone going to buy these tops? Whatever it is, like, how do you? Because, like you sort of mentioned there, belief and stuff.
Yeah.
How do you get yourself out of those little funks if you haven't?
It's one of those. I've been there a million times where I could be having the worst day today, but tomorrow could be the best day. So that's how it works. And it's tests. I feel like when you're on like this journey as well, you get these little things thrown at you to see if you're really, really serious about it. And it's just tests. It's like the Chelsea thing. I was stressed thinking, this is long. But you get over the hurdle, and it's like, it's easy. Like the next time I do it, it'll be easy. So you ain't going to grow without things being hard either, I guess.
So my thing is, obviously, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, but I think the original quote is something along the lines of like, God won't give you anything you can't handle.
Yeah.
So like the universe won't give you anything you can't handle. So right there, that Chelsea thing, it's like, right, here you go.
Yeah.
Like, how bad did you want this? I know you can do it. Like step up, and then you do step up.
Even things like you said about the losing money. You've got to lose money to make money. There's no one in this world that's just made money and never lost money. It don't make no sense. No. You've got to lose, and you've got to make mistakes and these things to move forward. That is.
The problem is no one talks about the mistakes.
Yeah.
That's the thing that bothers me. It's like, I think I did a podcast by myself 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was talking about how to deal with adversity.
Yeah.
It's like, I literally wrote this because I'd had like really bad 2 or 3 months mentally.
Yeah.
And then once I came out the other side, I basically reflected back on it. I was like, right, what have I learned from this?
Yeah,
and then I then put it out there as a podcast to help people.
I think that's what I need to do more of as well. I'm very... keep myself to myself. I don't really show everything. I'll just show the finished product and that's it. But a lot of people like you need to start showing the process and showing behind the scenes because people want to see that. But I'm like, why would people want to see what I'm doing? But people do want to see it. People do want to see your bad days. They do want to see your good days. So it's like even today I filmed coming down here because although for me it's just coming down here. It's pretty simple like transaction. People want to see it because to them it's like massive.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. It is that's why again I got Katie to come because behind the scenes people just see the podcast.
Yeah.
You don't see what goes on behind.
Exactly.
To do it all.
Them little things there, like the reactions. I don't know what to call it, but it makes that difference. Like it makes people connect more.
Yeah.
So
look how much stuff got behind the scenes there. Where like before we even started.
Yeah. It's
like,
mad.
And this also it was me and Michael was laughing. It's like we should just like have a camera just set up just to roll. Get all this stuff because normally what happens is when we're on Zoom, we were actually going to do this. We're going to set like a Patreon page up and do like behind the scenes stuff. Because once the microphone stops, normally when it's on Zoom with someone, we carry on for like 10 or 15 minutes. And normally Mikey asks questions as well. Yeah. But people don't see that side of things. It's only, I think Mikey asked one great question the other day and actually made Mikey edit it back into the podcast. Yeah. But it's like people don't see that, but it's kind of, people kind of want to see that a bit more.
That's it. And yourself when the camera's off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when you're by yourself, that's when you are yourself. So it gives better insight as well into people's lives because people could think my life's like crazy, like he must be doing this and that and whatever, but my day to day is pretty simple, so it shows people that you are still human and what you're doing, although it is special, anyone can sort of achieve it as long as they got the mindset to work, I guess.
And again, that's the biggest thing, like everyone has the ability to do this.
Yeah.
Like no one, like you are not special.
No
you're
way.
Just someone that wants to do something, and you go in and take it. The key thing, you take action.
Yeah.
And this thing that blows my mind when I realise this stuff, there's no difference between Jeff Bezos' brain, your brain, and my brain. Nothing.
That's it.
It's the same shit.
Yeah.
It's the same stuff that goes on. Yeah. And people think that somehow, like how potentially how he thinks, but you have the ability to do that. But we're not taught how to think. We were talking about this with your sister before we started. Like universities and schools, they stop us from actually being able to think properly.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's the only difference is like this: like how you think is different to how I think. Yeah. But I have the ability to think like you. Yeah. I'm just not. I don't know how to. Yeah. If I spend time with you, I'll learn.
That's it. But I think even if you take away, even the person thinks they're not smart or whatever, work hard. I always said when I first started, like, people could say what I'm doing is like shit or whatever, but you can't question my work rate. Like, you can never question my work rate. You can't say I don't work hard because I work hard, harder than most people. So, yeah. And I'd say a lot of hard work has got me the furthest, really. It's just now, like they say, it's like first you work hard, then you work smart. Now I'm at the stage where I'm transitioning to working smart. How do I work faster without doing much more myself, if that makes sense? How do I make more but do less? That sort of thing. So that's what, that's where I'm at right now.
But people want to skip those steps.
Yeah,
you got to do the stuff first. You can't. No one can tell. Like no one can tell you. Even though you got your mental stuff, no one can tell you how to do your process better than you.
That's it. Like even Faye sometimes he'd be like, "Look, I'll do it this way, but maybe it might work your way." Like he would never try and say, "Nah, it's that way" or whatever. Even times where he said to me like, "Nah, I don't think you should do that." I've done it, and he's like, "You know what? You're right." You know, like.
But how cool is that though? Because like, that is complete and utter faith in your ability.
Yeah.
You and this thing.
But he says that sometimes. He says, "I leave you to it because I know you know what you're doing."
But he's still, because there'll be something he'll say to you, and he may not want. Like, he's like, Jordan already knows the answer, but you may not know, so he's kind of got to say it. Yeah. But then this is good from both of you. Like, he's not that egotistical to be like, I don't want Jordan to tell me that he doesn't want to know it. Like, do you mean like, some people don't want to say stuff, do they, in case they get hurt? And like, but no. He's come from a place of complete love and sincerity. Yeah. Here's information, take it or leave it.
Yeah, 100%.
But then you've got this complete faith in yourself to be like, well, I back myself. And again, if it messes up, you probably go to him. You know what,
that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. If I fail, like, you know what, you were right. You know, you was right. There's loads of times. Even there's times where I can't remember the exact thing, but I wouldn't say not listen, but I've tried something different. I've been like, you know what, you was right. But he's like, yeah, but I know I'm probably the same. Where I've got to do it first to know that it's wrong. If you get what I'm saying. He's like, yeah, has left you to it.
But that's the thing. You have to. That's the thing for me where people don't. By him almost forcing his opinion on yourself, he robs you of your ability to learn and grow of your brand and what you're doing. I think that's what a lot of people do. They try and force their stuff on people. It's like, no, people have to, take kids, for example. Kids have to fall over to then learn how to walk. So you have to make these mistakes. And so obviously with parents, like, you're trying like, and obviously there he's saying to you, like, here's my advice. So you're then taking that and you've got the ability to be like, right, I hear what you're saying, but I think this. Oh no, it's wrong. But then you then think, right, so why was I wrong? Because maybe what he was saying wasn't quite right, like what Fraser was saying wasn't quite right. And you'd be like, next time, just a slight little tweak. Bam, next time.
That's it,
Sorted. So you can take in little bits. It's like making a recipe. Taking little bits.
Basically, And I think that's important because again, it goes back to the key to success is failure. You've got to fail to know that was wrong and this is the right way.
Mate, honestly, like I said, I thought it was wrapping up, but then it's gone like a massive 5-minute rampage there. Where can people find out more information about you, and where can people buy your tops?
All be on Instagram or the website, Dodici Otto. Instagram, dodiciotto.com website. Got email. Don't really use Twitter like that. That's about it, really. So
get Mikey to put all the links on there as well. Mate, Jordan's been an absolute pleasure as always, mate.
Thank you.